Yo, hey, what's up, people? We're back. Loki, the god of mischief, is coming to us in the next 2 days. But one day by the time this video goes up. So this is going up on the 29th. For me, it's the 29th, but it might be the 28th for you because of the time zone difference. Anyways, let's go through her kit, man. I know nothing about her. So is she worth it? Is she not? I don't know. But we're definitely gonna want to get at least one copy of her, right? Loki, the god of mischief. She is myth quality. Lineup: The Other Shores Descent, Spirit of Wilderness, Profession Monk, 175 centimeters, 61 kilos, Greek mythology. Personal profile: we could stretch this out like this. Look at that. Boom, that looks so much better. Personal profile: Loki, and as guardian god born of giants, her giant status destined her to be disliked by the Asgardian gods. Yet her power forced them to suppress their discontent. She was like a double prism, sometimes revealing a dazzling and cunning allure, and at other times transforming into an unfathomable chaotic fire. I really want to know what her kit's going to be. Character skills, talent, master of deception. Should we make this a little bit smaller? Oh, whatever. It's fine. All right. When its own health drops below 50% for the first time, it enters an invincible and untargetable state for 5 seconds. During this time, it recovers 30% of its maximum health and creates a mirror image on the spot. A maximum of 2 mirror images can exist on the field. That is nice. The thing is, if she's untargetable, then why does she have to be? I guess if she's untargetable, the invincibility, I guess, is from like AoE attacks because she's if even though she's not being targeted, if somebody does an AOE attack, it or CC, you do AOE in a circular place or whatever, or forward, however, whoever you're using. Because if you're using Dragon Slayer, it goes out like in a triangle. If you're using Vermilion Bird, it's a circle. If you're using Oberyn, it goes around Oberyn. So it's not target. They really don't target anybody, but it's still an AOE. So I guess that's what the invincibility is for. But then what does it matter if she's targetable or not? Why, if she's invincible, why? I mean, I guess, whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. All right, the mirror image inherits 70% of its own attack, 60% of its health, and 100% of its other attribute for 30 seconds. The mirror image will then perform a basic attack to the nearest enemy unit. When your own health decreases, you will accumulate rage. When your rage is full, you will enter the wild state. When you are in wild state, your mirror image will cast the same skill after you cast it. That is so nice. So it's kind of like Bunny, right? We have Bunny, and she makes a bunny and it just attacks, but it doesn't mimic her skills or anything like that. So this is going to be better. A level 2 Master of Deception. Oh, my bad. Why is that jumping? There we go. Master of Deception can be triggered an additional time when the user's health drops below 30% for the first time. At level 3, additionally grants damage reduction. At level 4, enhanced version of Soul Chains. Sealing effect lasts until the user dies. Very nice. Level 5 increases own attack by 8% and life conversion by 12, and at level 7 increases own life conversion by 20%. That's nice. That's really, really nice. Damage reduction reduced attribute debuff reduces damage reduction by 30% for 8 seconds. Very, very nice. She sounds pretty decent. She sounds pretty tanky. She sounds pretty tanky. I mean, that she's not made to be a tank, I don't think. But she sounds pretty tanky. All right. Ultimate technique, repeat the same trick. That is such a good name. Repeat the same trick. Oh my god. Copy and release an enhanced version of the last skill you released. Very, very nice. Enhanced version of Evil Mark Demon Bullet. Damage coefficients increased by 1540 of own attack. If the target is marked, this skill will have an additional 1500 crit hit. Wow, that's nice. Enhanced Soul Chains damage coefficient increased to 950 of an attack and seal effect extended to 10 seconds. Enhanced version of Twin Souls increases range and damage coefficient to 1100 of own attack. That is nice. Creates an additional mirror image at the starting position. Wow, so that's how you get the max 2 mirror images. Nice, very nice. Whenever an allied unit is defeated, the user gains 1 stack of last words. For each stack of last words the user has, the user's second skill haste is increased. Blah. Mirror image elite summoning item. Very, very, very nice. The ultimate technique, evil mark, demon bullet. Why do they call it a bullet? Whatever. Consumes 20% of current HP to unleash a magic missile at the furthest enemy phantom. That is nice because if you don't have an assassin that can jump to the back row and take care of somebody, then you can put her in a certain row, and with her being in that row, she's going to hit the furthest enemy, right? We're in the back. So if they have a healer in the back or something like that, you can't get to the back line because they have the Chirons back there and Tatianas, Sirens, and all of them sitting in the back row. And then boom, this is going to target the furthest one. That's nice. And it might not always be a healer. It could be something else something that you want to attack. All right. For the enemy dealing magic damage equal to 125% of the user's attack and demarking the target for 8 seconds. This skill also grants 60% HP conversion. Very nice. Nice. 60%. That's good. That's good. Very, very nice. The skill cast by the user or their mirror image that deals damage to a marked target ignores 40% of the target's magic defense, not physical, magic defense only. This defense ignoring effort can stack up to 40%. A very nice effect. I said effort. All right. Why is this dot here? Oh my god, I didn't want to do that. That's probably gonna look horrible. I don't know why. Oh, I probably did that by accident when I did the screenshot. Secret technique Twin Souls. Consume 30% of its current HP to crash into the furthest enemy phantom and create a mirror image, dealing magic damage equal to 655% of its attack to enemy units within a medium-sized circular area around the target, and inflicting magic defense reduction. Magic defense reduction attribute. Debuff reduces magic defense by 35% for 8 seconds. And then I think this is the final ability. Special ability, Soul Chain. Cast a magic key on a single target to deal magic damage equal to 610 of your attack over 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, seal the target's special ability, which lasts for 6 seconds. So it's basically like a silence, like a Teneth does. Not bad. Basically, it's not a silence. You seal them, but it's silence. Whatever. Seal special state. If the sealed skill is an active skill, it cannot be used. If it is a passive skill, it will not take effect. It will not affect passive effects that have already been triggered. So if they already have passive effects of triggered, of course, you cannot turn off something that's already there. So if you have a buff, and then whenever that buff runs out, it runs out, but you cannot re-get that buff or anything, right? So it pretty much it stops you from getting anything. But what you have stays there. It doesn't take off. It doesn't debuff you. It just stops you from getting buffs. Very nice. All right, Divinity Soul Assertion. Each time the user applies seal, they steal 25% of skill haste from the sealed target until the seal ends. This can only be done once per target. Applying seal to a mirror image does not trigger the stealing effect. The stealing effect is ineffective against bosses. Now, that's huge. So we know that we cannot affect bosses. I guess that's good. All right. But hey, whatevs. Anyways, that is it for Loki. Loki will be here very, very soon. We're going to be doing summonings and this and that for it. So thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.